August 2019, before I started this vlog, my husband and I got discount tickets to London, and we used that as a way to get to Ireland. And so we had 4 days in London, which I did historical research for my novel Encyclopedia Magica. So the rear of the cathedral was bombed during World War II, so that when they rebuilt it, they created an altar as a memorial to all the American allies that came and helped us win World War II. So in London, there are several churches which were bombed during World War II and then turned into beautiful gardens. So throughout the city, you have these tunnels and then pubs everywhere, and people are always standing outside the pubs having a drink, even during the lunch hour, as you can see here, and of course after work. Our favorite pub was the old Cheshire Cheese, where you had to go down a little alley to get to, and several famous authors have spent time there writing. We did a tour of the Tower of London. This is the chapel where Lady Jane Grey and her husband Guilford and many others are buried. is an old map of London, and they recently found a Roman amphitheater, which is under this building and was really cool to see. We walked across the bridge to Bankside during low tide, and there were a bunch of food vendors serving paella and Scotch eggs and performing artists. This was a replica of Sir Francis Drake's ship, and they were sort of doing a live performance of Peter Pan with characters running around the ship, and Captain Hook yelled at me, which made my day. Before going to the Globe Theatre, we ate at the Anchor, which is where Shakespeare and his players would retire to after shows for a drink. We enjoyed our tour of the Globe. We went down and did a below-ground tour behind the scenes of costumes and props and things like that, and also learned about how the Globe Theatre was just reconstructed about 20 years ago by a famous American actor who raised funds so that we could have a replica of the Globe Theatre here in London. We were not able to see a performance in the Globe because they were sold out, but they have a secondary theater, which is an indoor theater, and we were able to see a show there, which was really fun. While waiting for the show to start, we had an interesting potion cocktail at the Swan right next door, which was a lot of fun. And after the show, it was really cool to see London at night as we walked across the bridge and back home past St. Paul's Cathedral to our Airbnb. Next morning, we had a little bit of time at the British Museum before we took a train out to Essex and to the Airbnb out in a small town before our flight to Ireland from Stansted Airport. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. We only had 4 days in London, and I did not expect to fall in love with London the way I did. And now I'm trying to figure out a way to get back there and spend a good month to fully explore the city.